Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today we're back with an opinion video, and I've been kind of gone for a little bit from YouTube, basically for holidays, work reasons, mental stress, and so on, but I'm back here to make videos again. Today's video topic, you've seen it in the thumbnail and in the description and title, is about SantaColor film and the Indiegogo campaign. Full disclosure, I work in the same place that this campaign's getting organized and done. I actually shot some of the footage, so you can take this with a pinch of salt, but I'm just trying to give a little perspective of what this film is, what it could mean for the community, and if it's interesting or not. I have not shot any examples, so if you're looking for examples, there's a couple YouTube channels that have done videos on it. You can check Grainy Days. Jason did a great video. You can check The Big Negative. I know Katarina, if I'm not wrong, has done some here in Germany, in Europe, and there's some other blogs and stuff that have examples, and the campaign has examples. But first of all, what is SantaColor 100? Well, SantaColor 100 is Santa is a brand of film that is based here in Finland and has been selling black and white film that wasn't available to the consumer any other way. This was ISO 1000 film and ISO 125 film from some air surveillance that now is no longer available due to the conflict we have in Europe. So basically, there was no Santa film anymore. They sold everything that was left, or there's a little bit left probably, and gave everything to NGOs and similar to support the help that people need there. But then Santa found a source of color film that wasn't in the market anymore. And I say anymore because it is being available in the market with different manufacturers or small little people that were doing it, but never, it wasn't available anymore. This film is color negative film, ISO 100. It actually pushes and pulls pretty good and is made in the USA. I can't fully disclose who makes it in the USA, but it's not that hard to imagine. This film is going to be basically bought in bulk, brought over to Finland in pancakes. Pancakes are when they grab the master rolls and they cut them into pancakes. They perforate them, and then here they're going to be hand cranked. As you can see, this is one of those hand cranks like we all do in our bulk loading. So we're going to have a hand cranking machine that's going to be probably one of the reservoir that is like 1,000 feet. And then we're going to be putting stickers. This is the stickers from the campaign that actually say sample, do not resell, but you get the idea. So this film, like I said, color negative film, ISO 100, from a manufacturer in the US. This is an Indiegogo campaign that's already been successful, so it's going ahead. They are ordering the film. It'll be here very soon. But I think in the now times of very, very little amounts of color film in the market, especially 35, it's important to have another source of film, be it repackaged or remanufactured or respooled or any kind of thing. As you know, Kodak has been having a hard time to keeping up with demand of 35mm film due to first Fuji being out of the game, so all of the Fuji sales kind of fell into Kodak, the supply chain problems in the world, and the converting line at Kodak. As you know, Kodak would press the canisters and do all the finishing in Rochester. But due to supply materials and metal and steel and whatnot, they changed the silver caps. I'm trying to see if I have some here in the bin. No silver caps here. But basically they changed. The silver caps have a problem, is they are harder, so they break the machine more often, which means they can't make them fast enough, or as they used to. Plus, demand is up and supply of materials is down, so that's why we're finding ourselves with problems. But as you might have understood from Cinestill, as production comes from Rochester too, Kodak basically can manufacture film no problem. The problem is the finishing. So that is why I think something like Santa and similar projects are interesting, because they grab a film that can't be converted because there might be problems or hasn't been converted previously and puts it into people's hands. The price of this Santa, not this Santa, but you know, the Santa film, I lost the roll here, is actually not that high. I think it comes around 10 to 12 euros a roll. Considering that Ektar Portra is now over 12, 13, 14, 15 euros a roll here in Europe, this is not that bad. And there's one good thing about this. This film being 100 ISO, the only film you can kind of compare it to would be Portra 160, Ektar 100, maybe Color Plus 200, and Gold 200. This film has very, very fine grain. It has very normal and I would say natural colors, not saturated, not undersaturated, not grainy for a color negative film. And it actually is really nice to shoot. The only problem you do have with this film is that it doesn't have the orange mask like our normal C41 film has, that orange distinctive mask we all know about. It has quite a bit less of that color, which makes programs on scanning to basically go all crazy, try to compensate for the non-orange mask and go just, it's really hard to get good scans, or automatic scanners like the Frontier or so on. You would have to scan it as a positive and then convert it onto software afterwards. So Negative Lab Pro, Film Lab apps, things like that would help you convert this properly. So if you are going to be shooting this or buying this, be like careful that you want your lab to either develop and scan as slides, develop as its color negative, and then scan as slides, or you're going to develop at home or only develop and then scan as a positive and then convert on your software. So yeah, it's a really interesting film. I've seen results in 35 and it looks really nice. I actually enjoy this film a lot when I have seen the results. I am still pending to shoot some of these rolls, some of the beta ones, and probably from the campaign once the campaign is done. But I think it's an interesting one. And to be honest, I don't think it's gonna cannibalize the sales of any other manufacturers. I think the color demand is humongous, and right now there's not really a huge supply. Like I mentioned, there's many issues. We've seen the Cinestill campaign with the 400D blow up into a humongous amount of sales, which is really good. But that means they also have to convert it, and they also have to finish it, and there's always, you know, problems with converting. The converting lines in all the little factories and manufacturers are pretty much running nonstop. So I think these kind of ventures are good. Another good thing about this campaign is they offer bulk rolls. What does that mean? It means if you don't mind spooling yourself and having one of these bulk loaders, you can buy film for a lower price than the one that's finished and convert it yourself to, let's say, 24 exposure rolls or 12 exposure rolls because you like testing cameras, or you don't want to shoot 36 exposures, it's a long to shoot and you want to shoot less. If you buy bulk load, which is pretty good price, you can actually make your own rolls, and you save the people here work of repackaging and finishing rolls for the customers. So I think this campaign overall is interesting. Like I said, I work in the same place this is happening, so you have to not take that as like I'm just saying it's the best thing ever. I think it's interesting. I think it's a nice to fill the gap. I know that there's 4 days left in the campaign as the making of this video, and this campaign might not be big enough to ensure that we can have it in stock continuously. So it might be a one-off only. I do hope that if it doesn't continue as SantaColor, someone picks up the idea and creates it. I don't mind if it's Cinestill, which they have a good relationship with the manufacturers, or it is someone else that can continue making color film available outside of the production constraints that are currently in the market. So yeah, that's my opinion on this. I would love to hear what you think. I know that most of you probably already know, probably a lot of you have funded it too. It is happening. It's an Indiegogo campaign that was at all or nothing, which means that if they didn't reach the 125,000 euros they were asking, it wouldn't happen, but they've reached, I think, almost 150,000. Thanks to a lot of the help of the YouTube community like Jason. I think his video helped the campaign tremendously. So thank you, Jason, for that. But yeah, I think it's an interesting stock. I think this and the conversion at home, the digitizing at home, either with a negative supply or a Valoy or a pixelator or anything like that, will make the best, and you will save some money. Like I said, maybe the bulk loading. You can self-develop or develop in your lab and then scan at home if you have the option. If you're using an Epson or something like that, just scan as a positive and then convert in software. But yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry for the long hiatus where I've been gone. I've enjoyed my time not making videos, and I'm here back to making the news. Tomorrow I'll have the news. Don't worry, it'll be a long edition of the news. But yeah, as always, remember the opinion videos are supported by Patreons and donators and donations. So I'll leave the link to PayPal and my Patreon account below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.